Hello and welcome to tonight's show.
On the Bench, the podcast for scale modelers by scale modelers, all about scale models. This episode is being brought to you by our latest Patreon supporter, Greg Friddle. You too can help support the show just like Greg. Simply go to www.patreon.com/onthebench and pledge any amount from as little as $1 per month. Your support helps with our hosting and production costs and greatly appreciated. And of course, every paid Patreon subscriber gets a free On The Bench sticker and goes into the wonderful Patreon Wheel of Fortune. We are proudly sponsored by the Scale Model Supply, so let's hear a few words from Scott himself.
Hi, I'm Scott, the creator and owner of the Scale Modeler Supply, Australia's largest manufacturer of hobby paints. Our premium airbrush-ready acrylic lacquer paints are designed specifically for use on plastics, with a comprehensive range covering all popular modelling subjects including military, aircraft, rail, auto, sci-fi and more. And not only that, but we also have a wide selection of essential hobby tools and now, Infinite Colour, our new range of water-based paints for miniatures. So to check out our range and to find your closest retailer, please visit our website at scalemodeler.com.au. So when quality matters, choose SMS Paints.
And hello and welcome to the show. And in the studio I've got Ian.
G'day Dave, g'day Julian, g'day everyone out there.
And Julian.
Good morning.
How are we, gentlemen?
Yeah, not too bad for a Saturday morning.
Very, very cold, blustery Melbourne Saturday morning. Top temperature today of 12 degrees. Snow recorded on Mount Macedon.
Well, this is really turning into a radio station.
And the highways are clear.
Yeah. Well, I want to start the show off by...
setting the scene?
No, I just want to take some time out and thank everybody who has responded with kind words and thoughts to the loss of my mother, which was very unexpected. And unfortunately required us to sort of cancel a trip up to Queensland, which we had in place. And apologies for that, but obviously family comes first. Mm-hmm. It's been a tough couple of weeks. Just to give a bit of backstory, which I'm quite happy to share, that I was adopted back in 1964 and found my birth mother, who moved to Canada and remarried. And, I visited her a couple of times in recent years, and I'm just glad that everything that had to be said was said and there was no sort of questions left over. Yep. And, we're both at peace with each other, and it was... And we still got plans. We were heading over back to Canada again this January, going to catch up with her again. But unfortunately, sort of circumstances came and changed, and it's life. And it's if anything, it sort of brings home to me that if the saddest words in English language are "I wish I had have."
Yes.
So if you've got somebody out there who you haven't reached out to in a long time, after listening to the show, or even pause the show now, just go and do it, because when somebody's dead, they're a long time dead, and you don't get that opportunity to say those
missed opportunities.
Yeah, exactly right. So, so just reflecting on that. So, but I was blown away by the messages and support that I got from our listeners and all my friends and that. So it was lovely. Yeah, it was really good.
It's good to hear.
Horror trip over though.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
God. Melbourne to Sydney. Mm-hmm. Sydney to Dallas Fort Worth. So there's 17.5 hours. 6 hours sitting at Dallas Fort Worth, and then another 3.5 hours up to Toronto, and then Toronto to Montreal. Oh, it was just horror. All economy class.
Yep.
But I managed to jag an upgrade on the way home. So
that's all right,
from flying back from the US, I could use some of my points, luckily, and
get a bit of leg room.
Have a nice sleep and snooze. And I don't know how 17.5 hours in a pressurised, tin tube ain't a lot of fun in
No.
economy. I don't know how people can do it. I did it.
We did it, yes.
Oh no, Dave.
Well, it's I don't know.
Look, my way of going about it is that if I never go up a level, I'll never know what I'm missing, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, I know what I'm missing. Look, I can do 9 hours. That's fine. That doesn't bother me. But doing 17, it's a killer.
Well, yes, but I mean that's something you sort of contend with, right? If you want to go to the United States side of the globe, you have to deal with those sort of travel times.
Well, I just hope that
Same as Europe.
I'm
You can always go the other way around, the other way around the Earth and stop over somewhere over there.
I mean, I could have gone to Japan, so it's 9 hours to Japan, then from Japan to Vancouver, that's 10 hours.
It's pretty warm in Japan right now again.
Yeah, that's true. I've done that once before. Don't do that again.
Yeah, I know. You keep.
So I just hope our, well, that's why I'm rooting for, Boom Boom Bernardi and his company that he works for. So
I don't know about this.
Oh, he works for the company that does those jets now that are going to be supersonic again.
Uh-huh.
Boom Aviation.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And, this is the thing. So I was sitting watching the other day the launch of the Starship. So it launched from Texas and landed off the West Australian coast in 45 minutes. Why aren't we doing that kind of stuff? I mean, this is the stuff that, the Jetsons lied to us.
Because you need big bags of money to get that sort of stuff off
but
the
if
ground.
it's not beyond, they could do passenger services, got to figure it out. Come on,
I think it's the fuel cost, isn't it?
Well, I don't know, God.
I mean, even
I see it.
even the
fuel
Concorde
cost
back in the
being
day
cheap.
was sort of, was pretty unaffordable, unless you were wealthy.
Yeah.
And even the wealthy weren't using it, which is the reason why they retired it.
Well, they retired it because it was old and it cost too much to operate.
Yeah, plus they had that terrible accident, which pretty much put a nail in the coffin on that one.
So anyway, again, just closing that part off, so just thanks very much, everybody. Really appreciate it.
Just proves there's a great bunch of guys and girls out there.
Oh, there is. It's an amazing community. It really is. It's an amazing community.
Yep.
All right, let's more cheerful stuff. Over to you, Ian. What have you been up to?
So, Groundhog Day, mate. It's the same for me every day. Work and look after me mum. And maybe get an hour or a half or an hour every night to myself, and that's about it. By that time, I'm usually crashed out on the couch. So, yeah, that's my life at the moment. It's not much fun, but you do what you got to do.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. I'll lighten the mood.
Okay, here we go.
Not really, actually. I mean, I'm not really that much of a ray of sunshine, am I? I hope no one's got that impression of me. No, I went to the Victorious 25 event.
Which is what?
It's like a wargaming event.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And so, we went.
The club went.
Yeah, the club
Well,
went.
club went.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
I
there
remember.
was... I found to be not my kind of event.
Well, you're not a war gamer, so...
Yeah, but it was really heavy on the game part. So there was a lot of tables and there's competitions and blah, 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 blah. That occupied by far the most amount of space at that event.
Which makes sense.
Which stands to reason,
Yeah, but there was pretty much nothing else. So they did all the vendors downstairs in the town hall.
Right.
And it was mostly just people selling their 3D printed figures.
Oh, okay.
Like almost all of it. Like I saw one paint stand. No one, like there was the Melbourne Figure Painters Society there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they had a little table up near the front of the venue.
Yep.
But other than that, there really wasn't much in the way of the whole artistic side of the hobby.
Right.
So,
But-
they had LARPing out the front, which was...
Did you join in?
no.
But to be fair, it was a wargaming convention with the tournament side of it as a highlight of the thing.
Was
So,
it? I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
was.
I didn't have any expectations when I went there. It was just, there's another event on the calendar and, it's another hobby thing, so let's go. And,
Sure.
I wasn't driving. So
Well, who drove you?
I got a ride with Mike and
Okay.
got COVID in the process. And
You
so-
got COVID?
Yeah, I got COVID.
From Mike?
No, not from Mike, but because we were in the same car, we both got COVID, right?
Well, who had the COVID to start with?
Well, it was a convention
Oh,
type
so
thing.
you got it from the convention.
Yeah,
Right,
likely
okay.
from someone there. I mean, you can never really nail down where you got it from,
Right,
right?
okay.
And so I got COVID for about 3 days.
Yeah.
Kind of like 2.5. But he got absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
By the time I'd recuperated already, he was...
Still dying.
I messaged him and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've had it too, and I'm throwing up right now."
Oh,
and all this. I was
no.
like, "Well, jeez."
Jeez, I've never had it that it makes you throw up.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I think the last time I had a bit of a headache for a couple of days and then just couldn't get the 2 bars to disappear on the tester.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah,
Oh, well, at least you came away with something.
yeah,
Yeah, that's right. You came out with something.
yeah. I know.
That's always a win.
I did feel like tempted to buy some stuff, but I just didn't end up doing it.
Because there's nothing there to buy.
Well,
3D printed figures.
Well, I guess so, yeah.
I was almost tempted to buy some like 3D printed MAK type stuff, but
All right.
the little wargaming type stuff, you
yeah.
know. But I mean, I sort of was looking at that, and I'm like, well, I've got a printer,
Well, like the 28
and-
mil size stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And I was thinking, but I could buy that. Do I really need to? Will I really paint it? I've got other figures at home that I still haven't painted.
Yes.
And then I looked at the price. I'm like, well, I've also got a printer, and I could probably find something
Which
to
you
print
still
if
gotta
I really
fix.
cared. No, that's fixed.
Oh, is
I just
it?
haven't used it yet. Yeah. And then there's also the fact that I've just got way too many. Like, I've got plenty of other kits to work on. I don't need another
Yeah.
thing. You know.
But these dudes these war gamers, they do take their painting seriously of their figures and stuff.
Some do.
Like, especially in the polyonics and all
Well,
that sort of
I mean-
stuff. I mean,
Some do.
Some do.
But Games Workshop, they released a whole new line of paints just because no one... They wanted to stop grey armies appearing on tables at competitions.
well, I didn't think you're allowed to enter a competition if your army wasn't painted.
Oh, I don't know what the deal is, but apparently they did that to stop that sort of thing from going on. 'Cause it's not a good look for the hobby,
Yeah.
right? For their hobby. Their
Yeah.
their brand of the hobby. But, as Games Workshop, and they're sort of like presiding over this sort of domain, and they want to see people coming out with painted figures because it brings more people into the hobby.
So at this wargaming convention, was there 40K stuff as well as, like
Yeah.
bolt action and all that other sort of
Yeah, there was
gaming
there
systems?
was lots of stuff,
Yep.
I mean, most of the 3D printed stuff that they were selling there was not, well, obviously not Warhammer.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I mean, there was plenty of other stuff going on. They had the competition in like a smaller room off to the side, and that was packed, like packed full of tables. Like, it was almost like you had to sort of shimmy your way down beside all the tables and stuff.
I don't get how they did it in one day, a one-day competition.
Yeah, I know, it's a one day event.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah, you couldn't get
It's
me.
a pretty serious organisation then.
Well, yeah, because you think that if you won, how do they choose the winner? Because you'd have to have one game, and then if you win that one, you move up in ranking and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. How to do
Well, I mean, I spoke to someone in my club who turned up early, and he said that he saw everyone set up, and he said they were up and running in like a minute.
They're fast,
Yeah, they're fast. They
Yeah.
just set up and tear down like you wouldn't believe.
right?
I mean, when you think about
Well, it's
it,
all modular, isn't it?
well, also like the most fragile things there are the figures themselves.
Yeah.
and they're designed to be handled,
Yeah.
Yeah,
not like our models.
No.
Where you sort of got to gingerly pull them out of your boxes and onto the table. I've lost a part. Anyone got the super glue?
Pitted tubes come loose again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But you had a fun time, or?
I didn't dislike it, and like it's not there's not a lot of parking in the area.
Well, it's Box Hill. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez. So you didn't drive.
You can't park anywhere without paying for it. Let's
Yeah.
say that much. But on the plus side, if you wanted to just leave the event and go have a coffee somewhere at a cafe nearby, you could.
Oh, thank God, Melbourne has good coffee. Oh, thank God.
You
Yeah.
would have missed that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how was the coffee in Canada?
Well, okay, here's the thing. The only coffee I really enjoy in Canada is at Tim Hortons, and I get a double-double. And my Canadian friends will know exactly what I'm saying. And I guess because double-double's like 2 creamers with 2 sugars, so, from filtered coffee. So And here's the thing, I enjoyed it so much. I've got a bag of Tim Hortons coffee beans that I brought back to Australia with me from a previous trip. And then when I ground the beans up and filter the coffee, it tastes like crap.
Yeah, I was all waiting for it. I know someone who, like, you know, they went to Thailand and they got really into drinking tea. They bought a big old thing of tea, brought it back, took one drink, and you know.
Oh, there's just. And
you can grow to like anything within a certain context.
Yeah, it must be in the way they prepare it.
Within a certain context. But then you come back here and it's like, well, yeah.
And
now we've got the coffee, so you just like throw all that tea in the bin. You know?
And they sell Timbits over there, which, if I'm remembering correctly, so it's the, you know, get a donut with a hole in it. They sell the hole.
Oh, right.
Yeah, which is like a little round sort of donut thing. It was really yummy. But I got stuck at, as I said, I was 6 hours layover at Dallas Fort Worth. And I reached out to a couple of mates, and you know, I was thinking of going out and doing something like go have a look at the book depository.
Oh, the book depository.
Suppository.
Not that.
No, you don't want a suppository, mate.
No. And because that was, you know, doable, but I just that shag from the flight that I just found a TGI and sat there and drank a couple of beers and had a hamburger. I was just wiped. So
yep, that's how it is.
And of course, we've come from a 12-degree day and a step off the plane, Dallas, and bang. Because you guys know we've been through that heat over there.
Yeah, what was that? Phoenix, Arizona.
Was it Phoenix, Arizona we stopped at?
Yeah. Well, we went up on a smoke on the top of the freaking car park. It's like freaking 50 degrees Celsius up there. It's like, oh my, and no shade.
No, that's right.
It's like how quickly.
I think Julian didn't even come out. You stayed in the terminal.
Yeah, I didn't go out there.
Yeah, he was smart.
I actually, you know what? I went up there. I think you'd already gone up there once, and then you the view and blah blah blah. You should see the airport. And
that's right. Yeah, because
and then I went up there and had a look. That was about it, you know.
Yeah, that was hot. Like I've experienced hot here in Australia, but that was like freaking extreme.
I didn't
hot.
find it to be that hot.
Oh, especially no sun. And
Remember, we
bouncing off the concrete.
Yeah,
it was just.
I mean, we'd come from Hawaii, which wasn't cold either, you know.
Yeah, but Hawaii's tropical. It's like cool, man.
It was a different kind of heat.
Yeah, but we're used to that kind of heat.
We are, but you are, but until you're not. You got no opportunity to acclimatise. So you step off the aircraft and bang, it just smacks you in the face.
I mean, like, it was a very, air-conditioned plane.
Yeah, the terminal's nice and air-conditioned, and you step out and you go, woof, that hurt.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm used to that, I think. I think that's just, at least that formed the core of my memory of living in this country when I was a teenager. When it was that 1,000-year drought era, you know, and that's just how I remember my youth as just being lots of 45-degree days for weeks.
Yeah, I remember
straight.
that. Yeah, all the trees, all the leaves went crinkly and brown, and
you'd get to the automatic doors of some shopping centre, and they'd part open, and you walk outside, and then your lips would just dry up. You know.
Yep.
So have you been building anything, Julian? Because I certainly haven't.
I have.
I think you're the only one of the three of us who's been doing any modelling.
Yeah. I've been working on this Volkswagen Beetle.
Right.
Yeah, and I was polishing away and burned through the paint.
Oh no!
In one spot, and I was looking at it. I went, it's basically on a raised area where the headlights go in.
Yes.
So once the headlights go on, it'll be just at the edge of it, just barely
so you may
seen.
not even see it.
Oh, well, I'm just going to touch it up with some paint on a brush.
So I've asked you this before, and I'm asking this question now because shortly we're going to be unboxing the Moosearoo Cup, which I've still got fingers crossed that it's going to be a tank because I haven't opened the box. I reckon I'm the only one who's getting an armour kit, but anyway, in case it's not. You polish the paint first, and then you just put the.
No.
You're the other way.
No.
What do you do?
There was one time where I tried polishing the paint, but before I put the clear coat on, but it didn't work out well because not every paint is designed. It's not like the pigments are necessarily the same all the way through.
Right.
like I had that red Ferrari that I did.
Yes.
And when I polished the paint on that, what ended up happening is it sort of changed the color of it.
Oh, okay. Oh, because you burnished it.
Yeah. I basically burnished it, kind of thing, and it went from the red that it's supposed to look like to having a slightly orange kind of thing to it, like like a tomato looks like. It's a tomato red, but then when you look at it, there's like elements of orange in there.
Yeah.
It's not quite
in the light.
Yeah.
Not always, but in the light, you know, and it sort of went like that, and I was like, ugh.
It's a Ferrari. It's a Ferrari. Who cares?
So you'll put the paint down, but you will give that a slight, like with,
Yeah, I would.
2000 grit sort of,
You don't even need to do.
just to knock it back.
You don't even need to do that because, like, an abrasive will actually like leave lines and things, and I'd rather not take
2000 grit's not going to be abrasive. That's going to leave lines.
It's going to leave enough. You want to leave enough for the clear coat to bite into. Yeah, that reminds me. Look, when I was a youngster, I used to work after school at a panel shop, and what they used to do with the clear coats, especially when they're doing like nice custom paint jobs, was they'd the first coat of clear coat was heavily diluted with the original colour of the car. Yep. And as you put your second, third, fourth clear coats on, you slowly knock that back till the final coat was clear.
So you do what, say, 90% clear coat, 10% paint, or even less than that? And then your next one you do
probably 10%
95% clear coat, 5% paint, and then 100% clear coat.
Yeah. And that gives you a much deeper colour. The colour looks, it's hard to explain, it just looks really deep.
Yeah.
So it's not like you got like a colour and then a sheet of glass sitting on top of it.
Mm.
See, I'm always taking the path of least resistance, and I just want to rip through it,
Get it done.
Yeah.
But it ticks me off. So here we go. Julian just wants to rip through it, and he puts a car in and gets bloody gold in Masters. Mm-hmm. So you can't just rip through it, man.
Well,
you must be doing something.
So, like, I've got my primer, I got then my paint layer, and then I throw as many layers of clear coat as I can get away with. And I'm not very consistent. Like, sometimes I'll throw like a heavier coat than other times. Like, it just depends on the model. Like, sometimes you can get away with, like, depending on the shape, you can saturate it with quite a lot of clear, and other times it's got too many details and you start to notice much more easily where it's starting to pull.
Well, how do you know when you've got... Oh, gee, see, this is confusing. So how do you know when to...
Well, I mean, like, if you just want to play it safe, but I'm lazy, so I don't want to have to go out there and paint it fourth or fifth time. That's just going...
Yeah, it takes the fun out of it.
Yeah. I mean, like, if I have to, because you got to wait time between, like, at least 24 hours between each of these layers, right?
Okay.
Let the paint gas off.
Yeah.
All right.
And so, like, I don't want to have to, like, drag it out from, say, 2 days of painting to 5 days of painting. That's a lot. That's a lot of painting.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I got to, like, carefully, every step of every time you add a step in the process, you risk screwing something up. You risk a piece of, dust or hair or something landing in your beautiful paint job.
Right.
So the less the more you can condense it, the less chances of things going wrong. And my modeling style is all about removing opportunities for mistakes.
You're the laziest modeler I've ever known.
I don't know about that.
You don't. I mean,
all right, that's got a bit far.
If you can't see it, you don't paint it.
Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's true.
They're like lazy. There you go.
It's not lazy. That's just efficient.
Yeah.
Look, if I can get away with 2 thick layers of clear, I'll do that. But some cars,
So you don't mist it on your clear coat. You'll do a thick coat of clear.
Yeah.
Wow.
If I can, but depending on how thick it is,
and depending what paint it is too.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you'd do that with SMS.
Oh, I don't,
because the reaction would just freaking melt everything.
Yeah.
Even though SMS is probably, in my opinion, some of the best paint on the planet, but it's not designed to just jam the clear on. It will totally destroy what's underneath it.
Yeah.
Well, it's
you've got to build it up.
It's a matter of but with regards to thinners, the faster it is to dry, the more reactive it's going to be like that, right? So, and because I use a leveling thinner, which draws out the drying time,
Right.
there's much less chance of doing that. And it's not a pre-thinned clear like SMS is.
Yep.
It's one you have to mix yourself. So all of the thinner in that combination is going to be leveling thinner. And so
Right.
I can afford to like spray it all on and get it all nice and wet and everything, nice wet coat, and then I can even come back with just load up once I've emptied my airbrush.
Yeah.
I can put just straight leveling thinner in it and then do a mist of that over the top.
You do that, do you?
Sometimes, yeah.
Jeez.
Yep. Well, I reckon after this chat, I reckon Dave should grab his Moosearoo box,
Okay.
and we can all have a look.
Here's the box. I'll just knock the microphone. So, the Moosearoo cup,
Yep.
and which I'm still praying is going to be a... I've already opened it, but I haven't looked.
And we can't wait.
I can't... Well, the box is upside down in the box, so I've got to...
Ah.
Well, it's still the consistency of an art... Oh, hang on. I've just caught a view of something. Oh, no. Here we go. And it's...
Oh my!
It's a... What the hell's that?
That's a
What?
skyline.
It's a skyline.
It's like a... I want to say like late 70s, early 80s, like sort of skyline.
Oh my God! Check out the flares on those.
And it's the 4-door version.
Oh, what's all this pinstriping crap along the side? How the hell am I going to paint that?
It'll be
Pinstriping
decals.
is usually decals.
Oh,
this is going to be fun.
okay.
There's even instructions, Julian.
Oh, what's the instructions?
Well, that's just sort of like the the whole parameters of the event.
So I don't have to paint.
Julian,
this
you read it out for
colour?
Dave.
Well, there's not much to.
There's stuff on the other page.
Oh, is there? Fast and the Furious, Moosearoo Drift.
Yes.
Build parameters: paint, weathering, finish, composition.
Well, what is it? Is that
Well,
that's what
it
they're
says
judging?
on the fancy,
Okay.
sort of like poster side of this piece of paper, and on the other side, it says start and end dates, which starts on August 15th.
Well, it's been and gone. Yeah.
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 And then ends in March 14th of next year. This year, we are looking for your best representation of an early 2000s street racer. Think Fast and the Furious or Need for Speed. A bold paint finish, flames or graphics. The liberal use of carbon fiber, spoilers, undercar lighting, fancy rims are all
Undercar
fair.
lighting. So they're going to put lights in the damn
Well,
thing.
It's just sort of fleshing out the sort of scene of
Oh my God!
right.
It gets worse and worse.
No, I think it's just the general type of theme for this. You don't have to put lighting. You may upgrade, detail, or modify the base kit as much as you like. However, the original kit subject should be still identifiable. So you're pretty loose with the parameters. I saw Brian from Built Sideways. He
Yep.
was scratch building some very outrageous fender flares, which your kit seems to
Cool.
come with from the
Dave's
factory.
going to have to cut bits off the kit.
Oh, shut up!
He doesn't have to.
He
but
does.
He
He
does
does, yeah.
Well, let me
Going
see.
off the instructions. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Well,
Oh, right.
He's got to enhance the wheel arches.
maybe I just won't put wheel arches on it. Maybe I'll just make it a standard.
Well,
I don't know.
No, you
Yeah.
can't. You got to go
Well,
by the
see-
parameters.
See, the
gotta
thing
be-
the thing is, right, and maybe this sort of...
And Julian and I aren't going to let you phone it in either.
This So the thing is, right, the whole theme is Fast and the Furious, which is like early 2000s era cars, which was quite a gaudy
Oh,
time.
it was, yes. It was very gaudy.
Quite a gaudy time. Like, I know there are people out there who have like Supras and other cars that are sort of redone in like the get up from those
Yeah.
movies. And I wouldn't want to be the guy that owns those.
Nope.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind owning the car. I just wouldn't have it in that particular,
Yeah. Well,
Appearance.
Appearance, yes.
you know?
Yep.
And so, one thing that I'd be worried about is, well, see, this isn't really the kind of car that suits that flavor anyway. This is more... So if you don't
It's
know...
got some large decals in it, too.
So if you don't know, this kit, as it comes out of the box,
Right.
is what they call that Bosuzoku style.
What the hell's that?
So basically what it was is, and someone correct me about the tiny details of this, but generally speaking, Japanese sort of fighter pilots after World War II and youth that was, rebelling against a culture of, be calm, conservative, fall in line, don't make too much noise. They decided to rebel against that by being very loud and obnoxious.
Right, okay.
And so if you've ever seen these cars in person, they are the most...
With the massive rear wings
They
and stuff.
basically sit on the accelerator and they rev it in such a way that it makes tunes and things like that. And it's the most loud, obnoxious offense to the senses that you can imagine. And that includes visually. And it's done that way on purpose. And so they were mostly known for motorbikes, but they were also known for cars. And this is one such car. So like one of their classic things is like the big fender flares, and they have like a big tailpipe. There's not too many around because nowadays in Japan there's a lot of regulations that cars have to be mostly stock.
Okay.
And so the owners basically will turn their cars completely stock, put it in for vehicle inspection, and then revert it back to all this Gaudi crap. So they're very committed to their thing. And the insides are usually very plush, like a like lots of velvet, and like say a steering wheel that's made out of chain.
What's the brand of the model? Liberty
Aoshima.
Walk. I've never heard of that.
So this
It's
is
Aoshima.
Aoshima, okay.
No, so Liberty Walk is a current brand. They're like a fashion car lifestyle kind of brand, and so
Right.
they're known for like modifying cars and then making lots of t-shirt and hoodies and other merch type stuff around it. It's very American inspired side of Japan.
Well, need to thank IPMS Hamilton Modelers Club because they've been supporting the Moosearoo Cup now. This is the 7th Moosearoo Cup.
Yeah.
And, it's great that they're still supporting it and, they're putting their time and also the money into, getting these kits out and everything. And it's awesome they're doing that. But let me just be very clear. Whoever chose this... I will find you. I will hunt you down. I will hog-tie you. I will slather you in honey and stake you over a bull ant's nest. Because this is just wrong.
Well, I think me and Ian don't agree with that sentence.
No, not at all. This is the most perfect one for Dave to do.
This is a long time coming.
Yep.
It's funny because
ever since Dave phoned it in for the Space Marine bill.
Yeah, I know.
No, I did not phone that.
You'd phone
I
that.
did not phone the Space Marine one in.
Yeah, so
that
you
was
say
that was
one colour.
That was a cleverly applied chrome and metal, and then polished off, and it was very well done. And I got an award for that. So
With his Gucci.
yeah.
Space Marine.
It's funny. I was
He's
just
talking about the Space Marine, not the Gundam that you had to do.
Yeah, I know he's talking about the Space Marine. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Okay. What?
I was just thinking-
Oh, you got an award for that?
Yeah, I think I got.
No, you
I
wouldn't.
did. I got merit.
A merit.
Yeah,
that-
I didn't
That's
get jack shit for mine.
because you're some crap. That's why.
What? Oh, really? Where I chose the hardest paint job, yellow.
In
actually-
any case,
In any case, this actually now rounds off my modelling
I would like to
because I've never built a car. I've built everything else, but I've never built a car.
Built a wooden ship.
You've never built a
that's
motorbike, have you?
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
Have you?
yeah. I built a Zundup.
Was it glossy?
No, it was a World War II Zundup.
Oh, no.
What? No, don't you dare say anything about German motorcycles.
No, I've got nothing against German
Best
motorcycles.
ever produced.
I just don't. I think like if you're going to do a military motorcycle, that's a bit different. That's armor modeling.
Yep.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Within modeling, it falls more under.
Armour, yep.
Well, it does it unless you're not a motorcyclist.
What scale was it?
Be 135th.
Yeah, 135.
It's an armour kit.
This argument of yours was like falling apart real fast.
No, if you're going to do a motorcycle, you're going to do something like a super bike.
What scale was it? 135th. What colour was it? Green.
Or
Was it
grey
flat?
or
Yes.
yellow? Yeah.
It's armour modelling.
Yeah. Did it have a provision for a gun somewhere? Yes.
Actually, had sidecar as well.
Well, there you go. What, with an MG34? Yeah, it's an armour kit.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Well, there's no escaping it this time, Dave.
No, I'm locked in.
Well, at least you got Julian to give you some good tips and hints while you.
Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna be phoning my friend in all the time. I'll be ringing you up all sorts of.
Have you
hours.
noticed it's missing one headlight?
Yeah, because they remove a headlight for air
cooling.
intake.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's supposed to. Like, if you were actually going for performance, that's what you would actually do. But that car's not going for performance. It's just doing it because for funsies. You know.
Yeah.
Same with the oil filter that they've got mounted on the bumper.
Front, yeah. I just can't get over the
Not
size of those.
oil filter. Sorry, oil cooler.
Yeah.
I just can't get over the size of those wheel arches.
Yeah, and they make them. That's because, unlike, if you know what the Japanese are like, they would have made that themselves at home.
Yeah.
They would have gone to the Home Depot. You know, the home, not Home Depot. Americans call it Home Depot.
Bunnings.
They call it the Home Center, right?
Yep.
And they go there and they'd probably go out and buy like a sheet of plastic and then just cut it to shape. And I got enough for me.
Yep.
Oh, I've got some work ahead of me, haven't I?
Yep.
I guess so. I think you should probably design. Work out what you want to do before you start getting into it.
Yeah. What colour I want to do. Well, I'm limited by the size of the wheels anyway. Look at those mag wheels. I'm going to have to put the wheel arches
tiny
on.
wheels, yeah. So the thing is, like, those are what you call the tiny wheels. You know, the four lug wheels, little tiny 15-inch things, and they'll put even smaller tires on them. And because that's the easiest way you can lower a car, right? That and chop the springs.
Oh, I can feel pain in my gut already. God.
It's going to be a fun adventure, Dave.
Look, Dave, just consider it an exercise in acquiring a new skill.
True.
Yep.
All right.
And your gloss coats over your planes in the future will be immaculate.
Yeah, put gloss coats on planes.
Yeah. No, well, before you do weather and things like that, you'll do like maybe a gloss coat there.
Yeah,
but I mean, you won't be. You'll realize, I can't believe I did gloss coats so badly.
Yes.
You'll be polishing your skills.
And anyway, polishing won't be too bad because it's mainly flat surfaces, except for those really huge.
Yeah, just remember that when you go to if you're going to polish this, I'm not saying you necessarily have to, but if you're going to do it, you come up to the edge. You don't go over it.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, you work.
So you know how like this thing is quite squarey.
Yeah.
Right, and like let's say you're polishing across the hood.
Yeah.
Right, you would come up to the edge.
Yep.
But make sure you don't go over it.
Oh, okay.
Right?
All right.
'Cause that's when you cut through.
Yeah.
But how am I going to polish the sides with those bloody great big wheel arches on it?
Why?
With great care.
Oh, there's deck. Oh my god. I think we need a break. I need a coffee. I need a cigarette now. We'll be back very shortly.
Haven't done anything yet.
We'll be back very shortly.
So on another note,
yes.
So yeah,
we're back.
We just went off and these two went off and had a smoke and we refilled on coffee, and we were talking about this car model a fair bit, and not much. We were only gone like 5 minutes or something. But Dave's being very dramatic about the whole thing. Like we got back in the podcast to him and he's like
What?
He's trying to make his displeasure felt.
That's right. I'll do a good job.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got to win the cup. We haven't won the cup for a long time, so we need to get it back.
Yep. So,
yeah, Dave. I've spoken to Chris Meddings about it.
Yes.
Right, and he's got a very good attitude, I have to say.
About what?
About the automotive modelling, about the gloss coat and all that sort of thing.
Okay, here we go. Tell me.
Well, I'm just saying, like he's got a better attitude than you do.
I'm allowed to pout. and stamp my feet and have a bit of a cry about it.
Because, he's very much an armor modeler in my eyes. I
Yes.
Well, he's a ship modeler.
mean, he's
as
also
well.
a ship modeler.
Yeah.
But, between, aircraft armor and ships are sort of sisters in the genre sort of realm, whereas cars and bikes are off in the glossy category, right? They stand aside from the armor, aircraft, and ships.
The only
So-
the only pleasure.
So
of,
he's handling the transition a lot better than you are. Let's just say that much.
The only pleasure of getting out of this is that Whitey's going to build a car as well.
There you go. So it's not all cloudy skies.
Yeah, I might reach out to Whitey and commiserate with him.
Yep.
What do you got, Ian?
Well, the big news out of New Zealand,
Yes,
Qatari.
I know.
How's that? Qatari is going to be bringing out a 1/48 scale Handley Page Halifax Mark II.
And we're actually going to be catching up with the guys from Qatari when we're up at Scale ACT in November and having a chat with them then.
Yep.
So they'll be on the show then. But that came completely out of left field.
In 48 scale too.
And
Wow, it's a compromise, isn't it? Because in 32 scale, who would buy that?
Well, Wingnuts was originally doing did the Lancaster.
Yeah, but Wingnuts is was a more established brand by the time they got around to that.
Yep.
you'd more likely say that it would snow in the Sahara before you picked Qatari doing a 48 scale 4
No,
engine bomber.
I look.
And considering the
haven't-
Halifax in 48 scale, what you had, the Fondé Miniatures or Fondre Miniatures, that French company that was probably as good a kit as Dave's Mac 2 freaking Sputniks,
Oh,
or whatever
okay.
they were, those Russian
Oh, they've got
rockets.
news about Sputnik too. I'll read that out in a minute.
But it's just under shy $300 Australian dollars,
Yeah.
and you won't see it for another 2.5 years.
So
So
I don't.
I will put my money down.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
See, the thing is, right? It's still a fairly young company. They can't afford. It's like Wingnut Wings was a different beast. They were there to make Mr. Jackson his model kits.
Yes.
So they had direction on what they had to make, and they had a somewhat unlimited budget to some degree. I mean, if Mr. Jackson wants his plane in a certain way, he gets it, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
this is a different case. They're still got. This is a company that has to make profits.
Yes.
Right? They can't just go out and build some ridiculously big 30-second scale plane that everyone will be like, yeah, finally one of these, and then no one buys
it. Yes.
They can't afford to make those sort of mistakes. They've got to be pretty reasonable about it.
Yep.
And making good quality 30-second single seat fighters, great plan. Making 48 scale bombers, not bad, right? I won't say it's. I still think fighters are by far the most popular subject.
Oh, of course.
And I don't think anyone would dispute that. But if you're going to make a bomber, you're going to have to make some concessions. And 48 scale is a good compromise.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure how big one of these planes comes out in person, but I've seen a
I'd
48.
say relatively same size as a Lancaster, I'd say.
Really?
The Halifax, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a 48 scale B-17, and that was actually a pretty reasonable size. It was a lot more reasonable than I would have
I've built a
imagined.
fair few of those in my lifetime.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh,
The old monogram B-17s.
oh, my condolences.
No, they were a nice kit to build.
Didn't you build the Lancaster in 48 scale?
Yeah, I built it to me a Lancaster in 48
Yeah.
scale.
Yeah.
That's fairly big. But if you're a 32nd scale modeler, then it's not that big,
Yeah, well, that's right.
right?
Be like building a 32nd scale Mosquito or something like that.
Yeah,
roughly the
exactly.
same
Exactly.
footprint.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Well,
and there's still, especially given the technology nowadays and how far you can push plastic.
Yeah.
And, given that your clientele is used to more refined models, you can get pretty fragile and pretty detailed and pretty in scale with things. I think that is a really good choice.
And I do reckon that the old Halifaxes, especially, I don't know what model they were, but they had some of them, the twin tails were black and whites stripes.
Oh, yeah.
No, black and yellow stripes.
Yeah.
They look really cool.
Yeah, that looked really cool.
Yeah.
I want to say, I think in my stash I've got a Halifax in 72nd scale floating around somewhere.
All right, yep.
So might have to.
It's just an underrated bomber.
Oh, it is. It is.
It's just not well represented. Well, I said there was only one kit available in 48 scale.
Well,
and if you can still find one, good luck to you. And it was a bit of a pig of a kit to try and build anyway.
And was it the engines that sort of let the aircraft down? Because
they had an engine change.
Because they used the radials.
Well, they had radials and they also had inlines on the Halifax.
Yeah.
I think it's the difference between the Mark 1 and 2. I'm not too sure. I'm not 100% sure. Someone out there will be able to correct me, and we'll probably get an email next week or next episode that will give us the corrections.
I think out of the British heavies, I think the Sterling would have to be one of my favourite ones.
Yeah,
I just love the look of the
Sterling.
Of the front. Looks awesome.
Yeah, it's just massive front on it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so that was the big news I saw coming out of NZ this week, which, really piqued my interest.
While we're talking on news, two other items. In 36 years' time, Zephyr Cochrane will make his first warp flight on today, which will obviously result in contact with the first alien race, the Vulcans, and lead to the Federation of Planets known as Starfleet. In other news...
Are you a Trekkie, Ian?
I don't mind watching a bit of Trek now and then, yeah.
In other news, real space modelling this time, Zvezda have announced the imminent release of their 1/144th scale Vostok 1, which I'm looking forward to. So
it's out of your scale range, though.
You know what? I've made peace with that now.
Oh, about freaking time.
So when are you buying the space station then?
All right.
Yes. When are you buying that? Because that is like the only thing holding you back was the fact that A, it's like an early incarnation of the space station and not the current present expanded version.
Yep.
And B, it was in the wrong scale.
Yeah.
But now you've got no excuse.
Yes, we want to see it in the stash.
Yeah, no, space stations aren't my jam. I prefer the
Really?
rockets. Yeah.
The space station is cool, man.
Well, all right. How am I going to display it? Well, I've got to hang it from the ceiling. It's the only way
Well,
you can
I've
display
seen
it.
people put it on a base and it's just suspended on a stalk,
Yeah, but
in flight.
But where am I going to put it? If you put it on the base, it takes up... It's huge real estate in 144 scale.
Is it?
Yes, because you got all the solar panels.
Well, it's the same question is where are you going to put your Saturn?
My Saturn? Oh, I'm going to buy a special... Because that's upright, so I can buy a... one of those cases to sort of fit it in from IKEA. So
right.
Yeah.
Cases for thee, but not for me.
Yeah. Anyhow. So that's the other exciting news I've got is obviously that. Let's move on now. And
are you even a real space fan if you don't have a space station?
He's not going to let it go.
Oh, what? Because I think it's one of the most impressive things that you can have in the real space realm, and it's very different. Like it's very, it's a whole different presence. I mean, if you don't build it, then really, you're really just compromising all of your interest in the genre to just things that are space efficient.
I've known you too long. I know what you're trying to do. I know.
Yeah, you have known me too long.
This is what happens, listeners, when you go shopping at a hobby store with Julian. He's like the devil sitting on your shoulder going, "Oh, look at that, Dave. You know you just have to have one of them because blah, 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 blah." And he talks and talks and talks until you just, next thing you know, you're at the counter with this kit that you don't necessarily want to buy.
And your wallet is $300 lighter.
Yes.
Or in my case, you just have to look in a certain direction. It's like, oh, damn you, Julian.
Yes. Okay.
Well, let's have some listen to mail.
Let's listen to mail, yes. First up, we got some news in regards to a model show. So, hi guys, Podfather, Poduncle and Podnephew.
That's us.
That's us. Please see details below for an upcoming show again this year for the Wagga and District Scale Model Club. This year marks the 39th year for this show to be held on the weekend of the 25th and 26th of October at Kiamba Smith Hall in Wagga Showgrounds, Burke Street, Wagga Wagga, New South Wales. The show caters for all subjects and classes such as cars, trucks, motorbikes, armour, aircraft figures, scratch-built diorama, etc., juniors and intermediates. This year, our three theme musters categories cars, bikes, trucks, and military in the theme of Made in Australia. So if any of these modelling subjects of the real item are made in Australia, then they can be entered into this category. The car theme category is also this year working with the Canberra show, Scale ACT, coming up in November, and following the same thing so that what car you enter in Wagga can be entered into the Canberra theme category as well. There will be several local, interstate and local traders as there for you as well to stock up on new kits and supplies. Some of the ones that can be there at the moment are Star Hobbies, VIP Hobbies, P&F Figures, Runway 13, and there's going to be some swap and sell tables with more information to come on that. A big massive thank you to some of our long-term and new sponsors that help us to continue to keep the show going, one of which is one of the longest shows around, and the Scale Model Supply, VIP Hobbies, Star Hobbies, Southern Model Supplies, B&A Model World, Hobbies Australia, Canberra Hobby Centre, Runway 13, just to name a few that are on board with us at the moment. Model entries are $5 for the first model, then $2 for every model after that. More information can be found on our Facebook page or emailing us at Wagga DSMC. I'll spell that, WAGGADSMC @gmail.com. As regards from Scott, the Secretary of the Wagga and District Scale Model Club, and we wish you gents all success in that show.
Very true.
Rightio. And I'll also add the flyer to our Facebook page as well.
Yep.
Let's go right down to the bottom, because obviously we've been away for a while. There is some that we haven't read out from earlier on. And this comes from Dermot Crowley, who writes, "Hi boys, it's been a while as I've been in Europe for a period of time and have missed my modelling enormously. Now that I'm back, I've been inspired to take the plunge and give 1/350 scale ships a go after cutting my teeth on planes and armour. I've purchased the Trumpeter USS Saratoga 1/350 scale kit, aircraft carrier. Well,
I think I've got that one in my stash.
As I like the look of the ship. I'm hoping it is not a dog, but it looks quite good out of the box. Actually, it's quite a good kit. Trumpeter do reasonable aircraft carriers, yeah. My question is this. I know that photo etch can really add nice detail on the ship. I have had a look on ScaleMates for associated photo etch for this kit, but everything seems to be out of stock or discontinued. There is some on eBay, but it's expensive and will cost the same as the kit itself. Being my first ship, do you feel that I should just build it as it is, or is it worth going all the way with PE? I have some experience with PE, but nothing as comprehensive as this. Thanks, as always, boys." That's from Dermot Crowley.
I would probably maybe just go for a set of PE rails if it's your first ship, and probably maybe some aftermarket gun barrels, and probably leave it at that.
And the rails that you purchase don't have to be specific for that ship. You can buy
you can buy generic rails.
Generic rails for US
Navy,
yeah, for World War II.
Yeah, so if it's your first ship, don't go freaking crazy.
Yeah, that'd be my recommendation
as Dermot says, it's as Dave and I know, the aftermarkets definitely can triple the price of your kit.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And of course, send some photos. So
you might get done with that kit and think, well, I don't really need. I'm quite happy with it. I don't need to go the extra mile with the photo etch.
Yep.
And it's a large model when it's finished too.
Yeah, the Saratoga wasn't a small boat.
No, it's gonna be a lot nice. It's gonna look really good. So let us know how you're tracking with that.
Yeah,
so that'd be really cool.
Dermot.
Fred Buckenoffer writes in. Sorry, Fred.
Buckoffner.
I'm very interested in a Dutch word that was mentioned at the end of the last show, as I've never heard it. Can you spell it for me? Something with big nose. I am Dutch, so.
Big nose.
I said Brokkenhoff or something like that.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
And it's not Dutch. I think it's actually German.
Oh, well, there you go.
And it means big nose. That's why I confused everybody.
Well, I have confidence in your ability to butcher every language on the earth.
Well, see, here's the thing. So Michelle's parents, her father's Dutch and her mother's Austrian. So she's got a smattering of insults from both languages. And sometimes she'll toss one out. And I just grab it thinking, oh, just automatically it's Dutch, but it's not. It's German. But anyway, Fred is actually the webmaster and librarian, I should say, of Models Without Borders. He does a fantastic job. So well done, Fred, and glad you're listening to the show. Right. So I hope that's kept him happy now. Moving on. Lee Edmonds. Dear gents, is there something in the modelling water? Having got a bit behind in listening to the modelling podcast, I went to listen to the Modelling Insanity podcast, and they spent most of their time talking about judging modelling competitions. It was entertaining, but I haven't entered a modelling competition since 1988, so it was what might have been termed of academic interest. Thinking of listening to something closer to home and more entertaining, I then clicked on your podcast. And after an entertaining first part, your podcast got deadly serious about competitions and judging. Oh my God, poor brain. As I said, is there something in the modelling water? Since I don't have anything to do with modelling competitions, there's enough competition in real life to have to deal with it here too. I have only one point to make in relation to the torrent of words I've heard tonight, and that is about the concept of continuous improvement. It is, of course, built into the fabric of contemporary capitalistic endeavour, so it's not surprising that it is assumed imperative in modelling too. But why do we have to keep improving? Some may say that modellers don't have to keep improving, but then the concept of improvement is built into the concept of scale modelling competitions, as I've heard it expressed tonight. And modellers seem to take the topic of competitions very seriously, which implies that the concept of improvement is also important. If continuous improvement isn't a key driver in modelling competitions, why participate in them? Anyhow, I'm just puzzled about what everybody is drinking, so I don't get some by accident. All the best, Lee Edmonds.
So, this time of year is usually sort of around the time just after the US Nationals that, competition sort of comes to the front, before and after, people start talking about this sort of thing, especially since there's usually controversies that go on at such events. And then everyone wants to get on the internet and say their piece, give their 2 cents. That said, Japan doesn't really have much in the way of competitions at all. Their national show doesn't seem to have any competition aspect. It's only display, and yet you won't find that they're any slouch. They are very fantastic modelers, very, very skilled. And you sort of think, well, how did they get this skilled when there's no competition to drive them this far?
I think it's up to the individual.
I think it's just the nature. Everyone will see something.
There's people out there that have been building models the same way for 40 odd years.
Yeah,
and they're happy with it, and I'm happy for them. Myself, I like to improve.
Yeah, I think there's generally speaking, a drive to improve yourself to at least your own personal standards, right? You don't necessarily have to conform to someone else's standard, but you should be happy with your own work. I mean, I don't think there's too many modelers who would, build their first model, and then just go, "Yep, that's as good as I need to get."
But Julian, you raise a good point. There's not a lot of competitions in Japan per se, and yet we're seeing some fantastic models come out of there. So there is still an unspoken competition within the community where they're striving to sort of, push the edges even further.
Also, IPMS judging, which is the sort of, the Western world's standard by which models are judged, is very focused on, not making mistakes, technical...
or finding mistakes.
Yeah, or finding mistakes, or technical excellence in the sense. Whereas modelling in Asia tends to be more... and Europe tends to be more creative orientated. They're looking for things that pop to the eye and inspire the imagination, that kind of aspect. So, very different school of thought, But it all moves up the hill, you know, that everyone's still improving by their own standards.
Yeah.
And to come back to, what Lee said, you don't have to improve. If you're quite happy sitting in your lane, just doing what you're doing,
Yeah.
awesome. I reckon that's brilliant.
Yeah,
Because
same
that's
here.
what the hobby's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's for enjoyment. You don't have to partake.
If it's no fun, why do it?
Well, I mean, there's also the fact that I think a lot of modelers, even if they are the competitive type, will eventually sort of get a bit tired of it and they just go, I'm quite happy where I am. And I'm just going to
That's why you
enjoy
see
building.
so many kits on the shelf of Doom. Because you get to that point where you're expecting yourself to be able to. You've got this standard set where you reckon you're going to get to when building this thing, and you can't quite get there. And then
Your mind's writing modelling checks that your skills can't
exactly,
cash.
and then you just put on the shelf of Doom. I'll do that when my skills improve.
Yep.
Well, 10 years down the track, it's still sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one aspect that I'd like to touch on is that, people... now I've forgotten what I was going to say. I knew I'd do this. I knew I'd do this. Like, I got halfway through and I'm like, hang on, it's slipping away from me.
You're getting old.
No. I've been doing this since I was a child, Like, you wait for someone to finish speaking and...
That's
you're
right.
like,
We'll be...
hang on, is this going to still be relevant? And then the moment you've thought that, you've forgotten it.
Yeah.
We'll get on to the next letter, and halfway through, Julian goes, I remember what I was going to say.
Yeah, that's right. That's
That's
totally
it.
how it is.
All right, let's get on the next letter then.
Yeah, that's just how it is. You got to move on.
But Lee, thanks for that. It's a good sort of bit of discussion you've driven there.
Yeah.
And as I said, if you're quite happy in your lane doing what you're doing, well, just keep doing it. If competition is something you enjoy, then participate in that.
If it's not,
there's no
don't.
if or but.
Yeah, but also we're all talking about it at the same time because of this time of year. That's the only reason.
Yeah, that's what that comes around to. Rightio. Brendan W. writes in, G'day, Benches. Was disappointed you blokes couldn't make QMHE this year. Totally understandable, though, and condolences. Thank you, Brendan. The show wasn't the same without you, but my weekend was made knowing Dave would be cursing me. A car kit for the Moosearoo Cup. Gee, thanks, Brendan. I'm going to hunt you down as well. The modelling gods have well and truly blessed us. Keen to see what you come up with and spark your inner car guy. Podfather, give it a week and you'll be on Google typing, what's a clear coat? Well, no, 'cause I've got Julian for that. Massive shout out to Ben, Chris and Stuart at QMHE Crew for the demo sessions. Brilliant idea and super valuable. Hope it continues. I missed the SMS demos, but had a great chat with Scott anyway. Our Rocky Mob nearly doubled the numbers this year. Oh, the minibus was groaning under the weight of all the plastic by the return trip, but everyone had a ball. Bench on hard, Brendan.
Yes, it's good catching up with Brendan when we did that last year.
Yeah, the guys from Rocky Hill there.
Great bunch of guys there, mate. Great bunch of guys.
Oh, yeah.
Well, fingers crossed next year.
Well, no, next year I'm off to the US for
there you go.
Nats, so I won't be up there next year either because it occurs around the same time.
Well,
Although I did notice that the Quokka managed to slip across to the US, go to the Nationals, and then fly home in time for QMHE this year.
he's a machine, that guy. He's a
Machine.
machine.
That's crazy. Still haven't seen those Ava Ansons finished yet, so I'll just put that out there. Thanks, Brendan.
Speaking of which, he has built car models,
Just rub that in a little bit harder, why don't you, Julian?
and he did quite well too.
Yeah, all right. I'm not listening. Rightio, that's it from our mailbox. And of course, if you want to write in, you can send us an email to onthebench64@gmail.com. We love to hear what you've got to say. It always provokes some interesting conversation.
Yes.
Even just drop in and say hi.
Just write in, give Dave a good ribby.
Why not? All right, let's do our Patreon Wheel of Fortune. And I've got a lovely car kit here to give away.
Good try, Dave.
No, I think it'll be one of our wonderful and fast running out challenge coins, OTB challenge coins. So let's see who the winner is going to be today. And it is Rob Curl. So, Rob, I will be in touch with you after the show, and we will get that organised to send it out to you. Rightio. Gents, it's a bit of a short one this time round, so anything else to sort of bring us home?
Yeah, keep on modelling, guys.
There you go. Julian, have you thought about what you've forgotten, or you save it for next episode?
Yeah,
That's it.
that'll be it. Yeah.
We've got some guests coming on to the show in the next episode, so
Who we
should
got?
be interesting. Keep that a surprise up my sleeve.
Okay.
You'll find out when they're on. All right, gentlemen, thanks very much for listening. Thank you once again for all your wonderful thoughts and notes. Really appreciate that. And it's just fantastic hobby we've got and fantastic community. So I really appreciate everything that everybody said. We're back in a fortnight. See you then.
Yes.
Bye.